In the headlines, 3 rescued as 4-story building collapsed in Abuja. Kogi records 2 cases of cholera, set up response team. NAFDAC seals 100 shops, arrests 4 in Enugu market over substandard products. And on the foreign scene, Mauritanian President Guzani wins re-election in presidential poll. Hello, welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Lilian Okazi. And now to the news. The FCT Police Command says it has rescued 3 persons who were trapped under rubble at a collapsed building at the Area 11 axis of Garki. The building had caved in at about 8:40 p.m. at Unity House by Inquiry Street. Now, according to the police, multiple patrol teams and first responders who swiftly mobilized to the scene cordoned off the area, adding that the 3 rescued victims were evacuated from the site and rushed to the hospital for medical care. The command said that it contacted the National Emergency Management Agency and the FCT Development Control, whose personnel later took charge of the area for robust management of the scene. Meanwhile, the Kogi State government says the state has recorded 2 cases of cholera disease. The State Commissioner for Health, Abdulaziz Adam, who disclosed this in Lokoja, said out of the 2 cases, 1 victim has been treated and discharged. Adam, who assured that the state government had taken steps to ensure that the disease is brought under control, urged the public to report any suspected case of cholera and maintain good hygiene, noting that cholera was basically about good hygiene. Similarly, the Niger State government says data available shows that there were no confirmed cases of cholera in the state. The Director of Public Health, Niger Ministry for Secondary and Tertiary Health, Idris Ibrahim, said the state was not relenting as all precautionary measures had been put in place to respond to and mitigate any outbreak. Also in Nasarawa State, the State Commissioner for Health, Gaza Gwamna, said there were no confirmed cases of cholera outbreak in the state. Gwamna, however, said that 29 suspected cases of cholera were recorded in 2 out of the 13 local government areas of the state. The National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control has sealed no fewer than 100 shops in Ogbete main market in Enugu for allegedly selling suspected fake alcoholic beverages. The agency also confiscated a truckload of adulterated products and arrested 4 traders. Speaking after the raid and arrest, NAFDAC's Director Southeast Zone Martins Ilomade said on Monday that the suspects were already in custody and would be charged to court after ongoing investigation. He noted that the raid was in furtherance of NAFDAC's mandate to safeguard the health of the nation and rid the Southeast of unwholesome, substandard, fake and adulterated products. The NAFDAC zonal boss said the intensive operation was with active collaboration with the police, the Department of State Services and the Nigerian Army, who deployed their personnel to ensure the success of the exercise. Five policemen from the 6th Police Command, from the Zone 6 Police Command, Calabar, who forcefully collected 3 million naira from a man at gunpoint, are to be disciplined and prosecuted. The Assistant Inspector General of Police for the Zone 6 Calabar, Jonathan Towuru, made this known in a statement signed by Superintendent of Police Nelson Okbabi. The AIG said the disciplinary measures will deter others from such criminality and intimidation. Findings confirmed that the officers who are attached to the zone were alleged to have committed the crime while on patrol along the Ikom-Calabar Highway. The statement said the outcome of the investigation and disciplinary measures, including orderly trial and possible prosecution, will be made known to the public in due course. It advised members of the public to report erring officers to supervising authorities without hesitation. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has threatened the senator representing the FCT, Ireti Habiba Kingibe, elected on the platform of Labour Party, from returning to Senate in 2027. Amid their political rift, speaking during the flag-off of the construction of the Mabushi bus terminal in Abuja, Wike said Kingibe would lose the support of FCT residents. Now, according to the former governor of Rivers State, what happened in the last election that brought Kingibe into power would not repeat itself. He stressed that the FCT is his territory. He is not afraid and will not beg anyone to be their friend. He also said it was disheartening that instead of collaborating with the FCT administration, Kingibe was instead angry that residents are reportedly praising him.
I overheard somebody in our eyes this morning. Unfortunately, I hear the person is a member of National Assembly. It's unfortunate I say so. With all due respect, what you don't know, you don't know. What you know, you do. And the good thing for you is to tell people that, look, I don't know this. And people will educate you. The Honorable Minister of State and my humble self, we have not been in office for more than 10 months, 11 months. And to the glory of God, the person is angry that they are praising us. If you don't want, go and hang yourself in a transformer. Yes. If you are angry, go and hang yourself. If we have done well, we have done well. If we have not done well, we have not done well. And we are proud to say, in this short time Mr. President appointed us, that we have done well. He said there are no schools. He said there are no hospitals. You as a legislator, what have you done? How many bills have you sponsored for us to improve our education and our health sector? How many? I challenge that legislator, if you are very, very popular, 2027, come and run under Abuja. We will find you. You think that what happened last time will happen again? You think so? It will not happen again. If you are popular, come and run. Luckily for me, I'm the FCT minister now. So here is my territory.
The average retail price paid by consumers for premium motor spirits, popularly known as petrol, in the month of May 2024 increased to about 937 naira per litre in the northern part of the country. According to the latest report of the National Bureau of Statistics, the report's Premium Motor Spirits Price Watch May 2024 said on a state profile analysis that consumers in Jigawa State paid the highest price of 937 naira 50 kobo for petrol, signaling a continuous rise in the price of the commodity since the removal of petrol subsidy. The report further said the average price paid for petrol was 769 naira 62 kobo, indicating a 223 naira% increase compared to the value recorded in May 2023. Likewise, comparing the average price value with the previous month of April 2024, the average retail price increased by 9.75% from 701 naira 24 kobo on state profile analysis. Jigawa had the highest retail price for the commodity at 937 naira 50 kobo, while Ondo and Benue states were next with 822 naira 67 kobo and 882 naira 22 kobo respectively. On the other side, Lagos, Niger, and Kwara states had the lowest average retail prices at 636 naira 80 kobo, 642 naira 16 kobo, and 645 naira 15 kobo respectively. On the zonal profile, the Northwest Zone had the highest average retail price of 845 naira 26 kobo, while the North Central Zone had the lowest price of 695 naira 4 kobo. The federal government has approved a new withholding tax regime for the country and introduced key changes to the previous tax regime, such as reduction of rates for businesses with low margins and measures to curb evasion. Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, discloses on his official X handle where he stated that the Gazette will be signed in the coming days. According to him, the erstwhile withholding taxes that were introduced in 1978 had challenges such as the ambiguity necessitated by the increase in transaction that it covered, thereby increasing the list of multiple taxes, inequity, and straining the working capital of businesses with low margins. He stated that key changes introduced to the rewritten withholding tax regime include reduced rates for businesses with low margins, measures to curb evasion and tax avoidance, exemption of small businesses from withholding tax, clarity on timing of deductions, and key terms, among others. The Jigawa state government has addressed concerns about the recent clash between farmers and herdsmen in the Baranda and Bagdaza forests located in Dutse and Gwaram local government areas. According to the government, through its Farmers and Herdsmen Board, the situation has been managed effectively. The report.
Over the weekend, an unverified social media report said that a clash between farmers and herdsmen in villages of Baranda, Bagadaza, and Gwaram local government areas of Jigawa state had resulted in loss of lives and multiple injuries. However, in a press briefing in Dutse, the Jigawa state government clarified that while there was a clash and some casualties recorded, no lives were lost. Authorities said it has implemented necessary measures to prevent further escalation.
What really happens is that there is misunderstanding between one Fulani boy and a farmer at a Baranda forest reserve. That forest reserve was allocated legally by the state government to farmers so that they can farm in the forest. Actually, what happened, that boy enters the farmland wrongly because there are cattle routes for them to pass to the side of watering side was blocked by the farmers.
Governor Umar Nomadi recently issued a warning to both farmers and herdsmen, urging them to avoid trespassing on cattle roads and farmlands. He also cautioned against the illegal allocation of land to prevent such clashes, which could result in loss of lives and properties.
A committee was formed between the farmers, the local farmers within the area, and the herders that are living in the same area, so that a committee to sensitize the farmers to live together in a harmony was already formed by the state government. And there are some measures taken by the state government so that the blocked cattle routes are going to be opened immediately by the board, and other measures were taken so that the situation will be brought into control.
Normalcy has returned to the affected areas, which both farmers and herdsmen resuming their daily activities.
Moving on, the federal government has paid up the backlog of debts to the European airlines to the tune of $850 million. The European Union ambassador to Nigeria and the ECOWAS, Samuel E. Sopi, revealed this at the 9th edition of the Nigeria-EU Business Forum in Abuja on Tuesday. She commended the government for its intervention in clearing the backlog, as well as the removal of foreign exchange restrictions on the import of 43 items. Isopi said Nigeria remains the EU's largest trading partner, with about 35 billion euros in trade relations in the last year. She also said Nigeria is the EU's biggest foreign investor, with a stock estimated at 26 billion euros, representing 1/3 of Nigeria's foreign direct investment. Isopi added that over 230 EU companies operate in Nigeria, providing jobs for youth and women. The meeting has the name Investing in Jobs and Sustainable Future. Moving on, the debate on the establishment or otherwise of state police is still on as leaders of the Senate, Michael Bamidele, calls for establishment of independent service commission for police to guarantee police autonomy at federal and state levels. Speaking at an annual Distinguished Personality Lecture series of Department of Political Science, University of Ilorin, in conjunction with the Institute of Legislative Studies, other speakers also highlight and proffer solutions to the issue. The report.
The clamor for state policing has been on the front burner of national discourse for some time. And the stakeholders at this forum at University of Ilorin are also lending their views on this critical topic.
We must ensure that they are not created for political witch hunting. It's a duty on the legislator to put in place provisions that are watertight and not easily abused.
The three senators representing Kwara State said there's need for autonomy for both state and federal police to prevent abuse.
Security is economy. Security is good life. Security is growth. Security is almost everything you think of.
Because we are going to be living with it. It's a way of life we want to adopt. So let us sit down and address these issues, and let us argue on it, let us debate on it, and at the end of the day, let's arrive at what will benefit all of us.
It is generally acceptable globally, and indeed even in Nigeria, that we need state police to respond to local security challenges, because security challenges are local and they are best addressed locally.
The Speaker, who is the leader of the Senate, highlights some challenges being faced by the Nigerian police, which he described as numerous.
However, I maintain that the police have not been set up properly to succeed in our country.
The guest speaker said police force should be set up in such a way that it will succeed.
I recommend the establishing of an independent service commission for the police to guarantee police autonomy at federal and state levels in matters of appointment, discipline, promotions, and accountability.
The speakers agreed on the need for proper training and retraining of police to deliver on their mandates of protecting lives and property.
Moving on now, more than 1 million applications have made a cumulative 1.3 million naira loan requests from Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, Credit Corps. They are among those eyeing participation in the consumer credit scheme of the federal government, due to go into operation very soon. No fewer than 2 million people are expected to benefit from the scheme by the end of next year. A survey by the agency has identified 80 million Nigerians as qualified to participate in the program. The scheme, a key campaign promise of President Bola Tinubu, is programmed to enable Nigerians have access to soft loans to acquire properties that will make life easy for them without paying a lump sum. A report by Credit Corps Survey said in 1 week, over 1 million Nigerians submitted expressions of interest to Credit Corps for consumer credit. The findings, which cover 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory and about 723 local government areas out of the 774, paint a picture of a Nigerian populace hungry for access to credit. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has called for reinforcement of ties between the armed forces of Nigeria and the South African National Defense Force towards addressing the multifaceted security challenges bedeviling the African continent. Musa made the call during an official visit to the Chief of South African National Defense Force, General Rudzani Mpawana, in Pretoria, South Africa. This was contained in a statement by the Acting Director, Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, on Tuesday in Abuja. The CDS described the meeting as a panacea to addressing the multifaceted challenges bedeviling the continent, adding that the need for cooperation and reinforcement of bilateral ties were also paramount. He said the closed-door meeting with his South African counterpart focused on measures to address regional security challenges, and according to him, the exchange of expertise and forging of stronger ties between the two countries for the betterment of the continent were considered. Gusau said the Nigerian defense chief was also honored with a cannon gun salute as a mark of respect during the visit. And now on the foreign scene, President Mohamed Ould Ghazouani of Mauritania has secured his re-election for a second term after winning the national vote on Saturday. He emerged victorious in the first round with a comfortable margin, garnering 56.1% of the vote. His main opponent, an anti-slavery activist, Biramda Abder, received 22.1% of the vote and has contested the results, alleging fraud. The country's Independent Electoral Commission confirmed the result on Monday with a voter turnout of 55% out of the 2 million eligible voters. The Constitutional Court will now review the numbers before announcing the final result. Tagu Laladem, the spokesperson for SENI, the country's Independent Electoral Commission, stated that no detections have been made so far and no complaints have been received. However, some opposition candidates have expressed a different perspective. Still on the foreign scene, Turkey mediated talks between Somalia and Ethiopia on Monday to ease diplomatic tensions between the two African neighbors, according to Turkish Foreign Ministry. The Foreign Minister of Ethiopia, Taye Atske Selassie, and his Somalian counterpart, Ahmed Mohalim Figi, had a candid and forward-looking exchange concerning their differences, facilitated by Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. The tensions arose after Ethiopia signed a memorandum of understanding with the breakaway region of Somaliland in January, which Somalia condemned as a violation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. The memorandum aimed to grant Ethiopia access to the sea through Somaliland in exchange for Ethiopia recognizing Somaliland as an independent country. A second round of discussions is scheduled in Ankara on September 2nd as both countries reiterated their commitment to peacefully resolving their differences and expressed appreciation to Turkey for its facilitation and constructive contributions. Now, prior to January memorandum, Somalia and Ethiopia had enjoyed peaceful relations. Now moving on to sports. MPFL champions Rangers International have signed teenage kid dynamite Chimaobi Igwilo, who has been a terror to defenders while featuring for the youth team of Rangers. The player signed a 3-year contract for the league champions and would be expected to challenge for a place in Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu squad, being built to successfully defend the trophy and go far in the CAF Champions League 2024-2025. GM CEO of Rangers Amobi Ezeku said after the contract signing ceremony that Igwilo is a special talent, adding that the club's management is happy to have him put pen to paper for the club. Ezeku said Igwilo has a lot that will be thrilling to behold when the new season commences. Still in sport, Newcastle-born Nigerian attacking midfielder Shola Sotire has said goodbye to Manchester United when Sotire replaced Mason Greenwood in the 76th minute of a Europa League clash against Real Sociedad on February 25, 2021. He set a new record as the club's youngest ever player in a European match at the age of 17 years and 23 days. He also set a club record when he replaced Marcus Rashford on 89th minutes for his Premier League debut on February 21, 2021. Sporting at number 47 at the back of his jersey, the highest squad number ever worn by a Manchester United player in a competitive men's first-team fixture. Sotire's contract with the Red Devils expired on June 30th, and he has been offered fresh terms to extend his stay at Old Trafford. According to reports, Sotire is among 9 Manchester United players leaving the club. Arguably the standout performer in Manchester United's development squad, he won the Premier League 2 goal of the season for his brilliant effort against Chelsea at Kings Meadow in January. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news programs and documentaries. Thanks for watching. I am Lilian Ogazi.